I think Barboza just makes.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
I don't know why there would be. Look, like I just don't think the Ryan Garcia fight is overly realistic, personally.
Yeah, that's hype.
Yeah,
For now, for now, you know.
And then, like he said, obviously Zepeda and Ruggero,
great fight.
So they're tied up.
Great winner.
Maybe, like you said, maybe you get Ramirez December.
There's even a small chance you get Taylor.
Yeah, but what's Josh Taylor
you know, because
doing?
Taylor technically hasn't gone through with the rematch with Catterall, and I'm interested in that fight because, okay, Taylor, you know, he's the taller guy and whatnot, but we saw against Catterall, even though he's a tall guy, he doesn't fight tall.
Yeah.
He likes to get in there and fight.
Yeah.
When he fought Postal, Baranchik, that's how he fights.
Yeah.
And Tio, once again, like we saw last night, is a natural counterpuncher. That's what he's comfortable doing.
Yeah.
He'd rather, his footwork's much better off the back foot than it is on the front foot, cutting the ring off. But he can style on you on the back foot.
Oh, for sure.
Right. And so if Taylor's going to fight in that manner, although in the Ramirez fight, he did fight taller than he usually does. But other than that, that's the style he does. He gives Tio the best chance to win. If he's going to come right at him and want to go toe-to-toe, he's going to give Tio the best chance to win. I think it's optimal for Tio to get his feet just a little more wet at 40 with Barboza. Yeah. But I would still like to see that fight too. Taylor and Tio, December 10th. You know?
Somebody looked at me and was like, he don't want Taylor. He don't want Taylor. I'm like, you got to understand what you just saw right there. You didn't. We weren't supposed to see this.
Taylor was undisputed at 140,
extremely sharp Tio Lopez.
Yeah,
we were supposed to see exactly what we saw. Him getting back in the ring and just enjoying himself and kind of, for the sake of what's right, his wrongs. And people are actually judging what he did last night, saying he doesn't beat Taylor. I actually think it's a really good fight for everything that you just said. And I'm like, immediately when they say, oh, no, he don't want Taylor, I'm like, you sure? I think that's a great fight.
I'll say it when it's better to say it when it's not popular, right? Something has always wanted to give him the edge over Taylor, Teofimo. Maybe because we're American, but no, I mean just because of that. Just because. You know what actually makes my point? It's because of that tantalizing talent. I think Tio has the biggest margin of any fighter in boxing. If he's not right, he could lose to Jose Ramirez. If he is right and he's 100%, he could beat anybody.
Talking about Tio, right?
Yeah. I don't think there's any other fighter in the game with as wide a margin of performance, boom, bust potential than Teofimo Lopez.
They always say like players will have a high floor but low ceiling. He has kind of a low floor and a high ceiling. Like you said, where he just has this big range where...
What can Tio do anything with Devin Haney?
Good
fight. All those fights are great fights.
Like I said, he could pull off but I've always thought it's a tough style matchup for Tio. He's a natural counterpuncher, and
Devin's not gonna be there to hit.
Bang! I'll just give you this: nothing to counter. Bang, bang, bang. Stay on the outside. You're over here on the outside, but you got shorter arms, and you're trying to counter. And Devin's not giving you anything to counter. Devin will be content to just jab.
And Devin
for every round,
he will.
Yeah, Tio's gonna have to go and get him.
Yeah, if he can win a fight jabbing for 12 rounds, he will.
He will.
He don't care about the crowd.
And I'm saying it's not impossible for Tio to pull it off, but it's not his natural style to cut the ring off and close. At times he'll do what Roy does. He'll just leap in with the shot. I'm athletic. I'm gonna just jump in with my feet and hands at once. Not saying he doesn't have the tools to make it happen, but it's a tough style matchup.
Who's your pick? Just before we close on that, top dog at 140 right now. Who you got? Zittel.
That's tough. I mean, Taylor's earned it for the time being.
Okay.
But I think Lopez could beat any of those guys, or they could beat him. You know, he could do it.
I feel like you're looking at Lopez the way I look at Regis Prograis.
That's my guy.
And I knew Carson would say that too, but we had Regis Prograis at 140 as the top dog at 140 because he's been at 140. He has again, going back to that frame, he's got the 140 frame. He has the skills, speed, the whole nine, where I believe that everybody else at this point is either
new to the division, has not a defect, but something that maybe they need to work on. But more, and I don't want to say his overall game is like really nice, and I just think that everybody else is like they have their game, and then they have other things that they may be able to use, but they have their game. He has a overall game. You know what I mean? So
I'm so happy
he can play both hands of the court. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who you like?
I got to go with Taylor because he edged pro. And that was a hell of a fight. If you go back and watch that fight,
super close fight.
That was super close.
Yeah. And then Taylor and Ramirez. I mean, I was like, golly. But then Taylor comes back and has a decent
Right.
ish.
No.
I mean, I was gonna say
It was
if
not
I remember
decent-ish.
correctly, we were like,
He lost.
he lost that
Wow.
fight.
Everybody have bad nights.
Yeah.
He had a bad night. He had a bad night.
I thought,
of course.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. I thought
Yeah.
Catterall won, but I didn't think that was Josh Taylor.
No, it
Operating
definitely
on
wasn't
all-
the
yeah,
best Josh
yeah.
Taylor.
He's got more
and then
than
also
that.
you throw Gary Antoine Russell in the mix.
Right.
He's 140. That's another hell of a fighter. 140.
Politics suck.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I was just saying kind of. Just
But he
in
should
general.
be in that mix. Yeah.
You got.
He should be in that mix.
You have somebody else, Ryan Garcia.
Get.
In that mix, the mix of the
Do it.
top dog.
I know what you're gonna say.
Get in there.
Do it.
Yeah, he's getting there.
Get
Do
in.
it. If we're thinking the same thing, say it.
Adrian, the problem, Broner.
The Cam man.
Hey, Rolly's getting him.
Oh,
Rolly's got dibs on that.
Rolly stops. Rolly stops.
he
Adrian.
doesn't.